here we have a question, 5x minus, this question can be asked, simplify this and this using elimination method. There are things to consider while choosing the number you eliminate, which to make it easier, you can actually eliminate any of the above, any of the variable. We have two variables here, x and y. To make it easier for you and make it faster, there are things that you will decide. You will see the variables here, the coefficient, the first thing or the major thing to consider is the coefficient. The coefficient here is 5 and 3. The coefficient here is 2 and 2. Number one is that you should have choose the one that have the same coefficient, which this one passed. So we are going to choose this. But apart from this, imagine that here is 3. And that means that if they don't have the same coefficient, then you go after the one with lesser figure as the coefficient. Maybe if this one is 3 and this one is 2, it's actually lesser than 5 and 3. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then another thing you should equally consider is, have you mastered using subtraction or plus to eliminate? I believe that teachers often teach using minus to eliminate, but here, let me teach you something. If you have the same sign in the variable you want to eliminate, then you use minus to eliminate. But if you have different variables, different sign, here the signs here is, or the operation here is minus and plus. So you use plus to eliminate if you're eliminating this y. But if you're eliminating this, because they have the same, it has plus plus. You know, any number without a sign in front of it is plus. So because it has plus plus, you use minus to eliminate if you're eliminating x. You understand what I'm saying? After you have multiplied by this whole thing by 5, trying to make the coefficient the same. Now, that's another point you should consider, please. That I always emphasize something here. You don't necessarily need to make the sign, to multiply the sign, to make the sign the same before you use minus to eliminate. You can equally use plus to eliminate. So let's use plus to eliminate this thing. This plus this will give us 8x. This plus this, see it here, minus 2 plus 2y. Plus plus is plus, so we have minus 2y, minus 2y plus 2y. You are owing 2y and you have 2y. 0. Believe me that this is 0. This is, please, this is never minus 4y. So this will give equal to, this plus this will give us what? 16. Divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 8, and x will give us what? 4. You can now substitute for 4 in the equation, either the first equation or the second equation, depending on your choice. So let's do it by the first equation. We have 5 times what? 5 bracket 4 minus 2y is equal to 2, which will give us 20 minus 2y is equal to 2. Let this cross equality sign have minus 2y is equal to 2 minus 20, which will give you minus 2y is equal to 2 minus 20 will give us, because, see, I've taught you directed numbers or operation. When you have a number minus, this is plus 2 and minus 2, you have a number with different sign. So what you're going to do is actually minus, and it is bigger figure minus the smaller figure. But the figure with the bigger figure, you consider the bigger figure. If the bigger figure is having minus, then the answer will be a minus. If the bigger figure is in plus, so the answer will be in plus. You get what I'm saying? So here we'll be having, so imagine if we have minus here and we have plus here. Because the bigger figure is having plus, the answer will definitely be in plus, but you still do minus. So here, you'll be doing this minus this, which is 18, but it will be minus 18. Divide both sides by minus 2,